Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about the book Inda by Sherwood Smith. This is book one of a four-part series. I am reading it for the Inda Club event hosted by Sam from Novels and Nonsense. I went into this book knowing literally nothing about it other than it was like a young adult fantasy series. After reading the first book, I would kind of compare it to like a young adult Game of Thrones. It's a very big scope. There's lots of characters, lots of different perspectives, a lot of political intrigue. The main character of this book is Inda, who's the second son of a prince, who's the second most powerful family in the kingdom. In this kingdom, the firstborns are the ones who will inherit titles and so on and so forth, go to the king's academy to learn leadership and fighting skills, while as the second-born sons typically do not. They are trained by their older brothers, which typically means them being beaten a lot. The second-born son is supposed to be like the shield arm or like the military leader for the oldest son. When this book starts, there has just recently been an announcement that the second-born sons will also be attending the King's Academy, something which has never happened before. There is a lot of political intrigue in this book, and you find out that everything that happens, there's someone scheming behind it. The main focus of this book, I guess, is Inda. Inda is like 11 or 12 when this book starts. But he's very smart, he's able to see things, he's kind of a natural leader, he's a very good strategician, he has the ability to lead without people realizing he's leading, so he goes in and starts getting involved in all of this political intrigue. And I really did enjoy this book. Like I said, there's a lot going on, there's a lot of different perspectives. I actually like that. Even though Inda is the main character, the bulk of this book either doesn't focus on Inda, or if the story is on Inda, you're seeing it from other people's perspectives, which I really enjoyed. I also really enjoyed this world. In this world, both men and women are trained to fight. Men are trained to fight outside of the strongholds, and women are trained to fight and protect inside the strongholds. I also like the fact that even though that men are in charge, like, you know, the king is the one who has all the power, it's very obvious that the women in this world are not idiots. They're very well informed. They're kind of doing their own scheming. I thought that was kind of a nice touch, and one that I think would be very realistic. This book has action, it has political scheming. It took me a little while to get through, but I still very much enjoyed it. I really only found two problems with this book. The first one being that there's a lot of titles and terms. Characters have formal names, and they have informal names, and then they have nicknames, and sometimes the nicknames shift. So following all the characters and knowing who you're talking about is a little bit hard to follow. I think it's part of the reason why it took me a little bit longer to read through this book. Second thing being is that while there's no explicit sex scenes in this book, sex is talked about a lot. And honestly, for the first like 3/4 of the book, it didn't bother me that much, because most of the main characters are, you know, you're following them from the age of like 12 to 16, so around that age you're naturally going to discover sex, and in this society, sexual exploits are very much encouraged and the norm, so that didn't bother me that much. However, like the last fourth of the book, it seemed that they focused on sex a whole lot. Just after a while, it was like the focus of the book was almost as much on sex as it was the storyline, which got a little bit old. One of the characters' mother was like a famous prostitute, and she taught her son the skill set, which is only incredibly creepy and very Freudian and just entirely messed up. But still, as long as you don't mind their sex being referenced a whole lot, I would definitely recommend this book. I gave it a 7 out of 10 stars. I'm very much looking forward to going on with the series. There's a lot going on. I think it'll be really exciting. There was a big plot twist revealed at the end. There are several ongoing storylines that I'm really interested to see how it's going to be resolved. So I have really high hopes for the last 3 books of this series. Thank you again for watching. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. And I guess I will see you next time. Bye.